Good morning, children. In the previous section, we have discussed that there are three sectors of economy or primary, secondary, and tertiary. A large number of people are engaged in different types of works or different types of employment opportunities are provided to the people here. So here in these three sectors, which sector is employing large number of people? That is what we are going to discuss here. We know there is a remarkable fact in India that while there has been change in the share of three sectors in GDP, primary, secondary and tertiary sector, output or its GDP has increased in a large scale. But at the same time, similar shift has not been taken place in the case of employment. Employment generation has not increased in the three sectors. Okay, so GDP has increased in three sectors. Okay, but in these three sectors, employment opportunities has not been increasing. We know that in 1972-73 period to 2011-12 period, this period primary sector continues to be the largest employer. Okay, even now we know large number of people are working in the primary sector, especially in the agriculture sector. What is the reason? It is because not enough jobs were created in the secondary and tertiary sectors. Even the primary sector has number of people are working. We have taken the example of Lakshmi also. More number of people are working in the primary sector, but in the secondary and tertiary sector, output or GDP has increased, but employment opportunities has not been increasing. So still largely people are working in the primary sector. The industrial output, we know that industrial production also has increased many times. Okay, during this period employment in the industry went up around three times. Three times only industries employment opportunities has increased, but the GDP has increased in a large scale. Same case we can say in the tertiary sector also. Large production increased in a large scale about 14 times. In the service sector or the tertiary sector, production increased in a 14 times 14 times increment, but at the same time only the employment generation is very less. It is 5 times. When production or the output of GDP increased 14 times, only 5 times employment opportunities has increased. So as a result, we know that more than half of the workers in the country are still working in the primary sector, mainly in the agriculture. We know that larger scale agriculture in the primary sector is prominent. Okay, so producing only quarter of GDP from agriculture or the primary sector, we are getting only %, of the output in GDP. In contrast, in the secondary and tertiary sector, produce 4/5 of the produce, whereas the employees less than half of the people. 4/5 of the production is taking place in the secondary and tertiary sector, but they are providing employment opportunities to less than half of the population. So what does it mean? That there are more people in the agriculture sector than necessary. That is an important factor. In the primary sector or the agriculture sector, we know more than the number of people necessary are working there. Okay, so even if we take out some people, we have experienced in the case of Lakshmi, and she has on less than 2 hectares of land. 5 members are working there. All the family members, 5 of them are working. We have taken 2 people outside, giving them or offering them job opportunities in the any factory or other sectors, or any large landowner. Okay, so these two people are earning extra income for the family. Other three members are working in the same 2 hectares of land. Here one important fact we need to know that the 3 members are working and 2 we have taken out, still agriculture is not affected. So these are sufficient for the 2 hectares of land 3 members can be working. Extra income also is earned by these members. So we can say in the other words, workers in the agriculture sector are underemployed. That means people working more than necessary. So that kind of work is called underemployed. Okay, these people are underemployed. So the kind of underemployment is hidden in the contrast to someone who does not have a job and is clearly visible as unemployed. Okay, hence it is called a disguised unemployment. What is disguised unemployment? That means some people who does not have a job and clearly visible they are unemployed, who are called unemployed, or they do not have a proper job opportunities. This is called a disguised unemployment. Now we can say, supposing the land owner or the big landlord, Sukram, one example we can say, he hires 2 members from the Lakshmi's land. We have already studied 5 members are working, 2 members we are taking out. These 2 members are working in a large landowner's farm. These 2 people are getting extra income for the family, and the remaining 3 are working in the same field in Lakshmi's 2 hectares of land. But also we know that when we are taking out 2 members, still agriculture or the is output is not affected there. Okay, there are lack of farmers. We know that some people are moving away from the agriculture sector. Many lakhs of farmers like Lakshmi in India, and this means that even if we are removing some of the people from the agriculture sector or primary sector and transforming them to industrial sector or secondary or the tertiary sector and providing them work or employment in the secondary and tertiary sector, their work will not be affected. They are earning extra income also. So underemployment can also happen in other sectors also. For example, there are thousands of casual workers in the service sector in the urban areas who search for daily employment. Many people, we know that on the roadside, so they are in the morning they are waiting for any opportunities. Okay, so there are some contractors come and pick these people for providing them daily wage work. Okay, so here we can find especially the painters or plumbers or repair persons, etc. These are in the urban areas. We can find every day people are waiting for the opportunities. Similarly, we can also find that street pushing cart, some people pushing cart on the street and selling something, or some people street vendors are there. These are all in the urban areas we can find largely. So if something where they may be spent the whole day but earn very little only, they are working the whole day but little wages are provided or paid to them. Okay, so they are doing this work because they do not have any better opportunities, because large number of people in our country are uneducated or illiterate. They cannot find out any work in the service sector who are skilled laborers are needed in the service sector. But these people who are unskilled, they need to find out any such kind of job which provides only meager wages. Okay, so we can find out in the coming session. We will study how to create more employment opportunities. More jobs can be created, how government can provide the people more job employment opportunities.